A very good day to you and welcome to the program. I want to speak to you about sovereignty. Do you know that every man that has ever lived on this earth knows that there is a God? Do you know that? Oh yes. You might say, but Angus, if you go to the Amazon jungle, there may be some Indians there that have never ever heard the gospel. Maybe not. But I tell you what, they know there's a God. You can go into the middle of the Congo jungle to those little pygmies. They know there's a God. Why? Because God has put eternity into the heart of a man. You see, men were not derived from monkeys or apes. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Men were created in the image of God. You see, I have got a fingerprint here on my thumb, and it's the only one in the whole world. There's no two people in the whole world who've got the same fingerprints. Is that not a miracle? I want to say to you today that even the heathen will acknowledge that there is a God. And our God, his name is Jesus the Christ. Jehovah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Folks, I want to read to you one scripture verse, and this was something that was said by King Darius of Babylon, and King Darius was not a Christian, he was not a Jew, but he acknowledged God. We go to the book of Daniel, chapter 6, and verse 16. And so the king gave the command, and they brought Daniel, and they cast him into the den of lions. But the king spoke, saying to Daniel, your God, whom you serve continually, he will deliver you. Isn't that amazing? Darius didn't want to put Daniel in there, but through pressure, same way as King Herod did not want to behead John the Baptist, but pressure from the system, from men. I want to say to you now today that even a heathen knows there is a God. You say, Uncle Angus, I know somebody who's an atheist. He doesn't believe that there's a God. He is a liar. I'm telling you now. He knows there's a God. He'll tell you that he does not believe that in any God. But he knows in his heart. Why? Because God put eternity in his heart. He is a creation of God. God made him. Even though he will not acknowledge it. Maybe because he's angry. Maybe because he's disappointed. Maybe because he's been through a hardship. But I'm telling you now, when I was actively farming as a young man, a Christian, I would come up to the stop streets or the robots at the intersection in town, in our little town, which is 15 kilometers away. And we'd be going through a period of drought, and we were dry, and the crops and the animals were suffering. And a big pickup with another big farmer would drive up alongside me, waiting for the lights to turn green. He'd wind his window down and he'd shout out, Angus, you better pray to the man upstairs because we need rain. Initially, I used to get very angry with that terminology because I don't like people referring to my God in those disrespectful terms. But you see, he didn't know what else to do. But one thing he did know, he knew there was a God. And he knew that that God was capable of bringing rain. And by the grace of God, he recognized me as a follower of that God. Angus, you better pray, speak to the man upstairs, ask him to bring some rain. And I would just smile and I'd say, yeah, I'll do it. And we did it, and it did rain. Until next time, remember, there is a God.